are you today?
Scott Harden.
I'm Lieutenant Holton.
Good. Nice
Nice to
meeting
meet you.
you. You don't mind record this? You don't mind me recording, right?
Recording what?
This conversation. You don't mind read? Okay, just
No.
letting you know. Oh, okay. So I had a.
Here, come on back here.
Okay, I'll just be a few minutes. I just had some questions.
Okay.
Come on, buddy.
Come on in.
Oh, she's a nice woman. I just had a encounter with the police Sunday evening, and I was wondering. So when I came in and requested the dash cam footage of the whole encounter, when I received it and went home and played it, it was only 10 minutes. I'll give or take a minute, less than 10 minutes, in a 30-minute encounter. And I was wondering how that's even possible.
Well, we've got a new system. We just changed from one vendor on our camera system to a new one, and they're in the process of installing all these into the cars. So I don't know, it sounds like the one that you had was from a new camera. The new camera system is not fully completed yet, and I'm not sure on the operation. It's called WatchGuard. The lieutenant that's firearms is right below us. The lieutenant that's in charge of the new video system is not here right now. He would be able to answer your questions better than I can. So whether there's a issue with that particular system on the installation in that vehicle, or whether it's not set up properly or camera angle, from what you got, is it pointed in the wrong direction, or
It doesn't capture the encounter. Am I right? It doesn't capture anything that has anything to do with why I'm filing my complaint. And it seemed like it's real convenient that all that stuff is not on there. And
now it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means that the copy that you got from the records clerk may not have that on there, because I do know that these things with the new system, which I'm going to assume is what you got, the thing's segmented. So she may have not been able to download each different segments because the segments are broken up into certain time frames.
Yeah, I got that. I understand what you're saying. I got one officer. It was three officers actually. So the third officer, when the third officer got there, that's when the video kicked in. And when I was alone by myself with the first officer, we wasn't on camera. There was no dash cam footage for him and no audio footage.
Well, and what's
to
this
my,
out
and
of?
to my understanding, it's around the corner. To my understanding, and to what the officer explained to me, was that I'm on camera because I was videoing. I'm on camera. There's audio, and their lights were green on their. There's a green light that was lit up on their walkie-talkies or microphones.
Well, that's on the mic to the radio.
Right.
That's there's nothing that's recorded on that.
Okay.
That's the actual how they communicate with the communication center.
Oh, okay. But they have.
What was your contact out of? Was it out of a traffic stop, or?
I was minding my business and they harassed me, sir.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go finish doing my complaint. I just before I finish writing it, I wanted to, give you guys a chance to explain to me like you're doing why the encounter wasn't fully.
Well, you're telling me that this wasn't out of a traffic stop, so that even explains it better. So, the cameras are mounted in the cruisers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't record all the time. They only record when the officer either one pushes the button to turn the camera on, or two, when he turns on the overhead lights, which is usually out of traffic stops. So if an officer has contact with somebody that's not involved out of a traffic stop, that's not going to be recorded.
Well.
Which may be.
I get that. But when an officer decides to investigate, quote unquote investigate, wouldn't it be for my safety and his safety to video?
No, not necessarily.
And not audio, nothing.
No.
So when a cop gets out, even at a traffic stop or a stop or questioning someone or anything, a suspicious person, quote unquote, wouldn't it be protocol for him to protect himself, protect me as a citizen?
No, it's not in policy that officers have to record interactions. Oh, here, we got tissues right here.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's not in policy or a requirement that officers have to record their interactions with with citizens. Again, the only time that automatically turns on is during traffic stops when they initiate the overhead lights. Is the only time that comes on. Now, officers can't turn the recorder on, but through routine contacts with citizens, it's not uncommon that they
Is
do.
it routine?
So, well, I don't know what the incident is that you're talking about, but you're telling me it wasn't a traffic stop, which
It wasn't. I was minding my business.
okay. Which is why now I understand why there's probably no video, because there is no video.
Well, 3 cops were called. It was a
Yeah,
half
but-
hour. I mean, I'm saying if you felt like something needed to happen, or further action needed to be taken, running my plates, and it became a trap. Let's say it became a stop of some sort, because it wasn't moving, but for him to investigate, want my name, run my tags, ask questions, questioning me. I would imagine that would be on tape. And I was told by the cops that I was being recorded and the audio was being recorded, so I had nothing to worry about. So when I get here, I only have 8 minutes, I think 8 or 9 minutes out of 30.
Yeah, which sounds like, from what you're saying, was probably whoever was the last officer that showed up may have had their video on. But it sounds like to me that the first officer that you had contact with probably didn't have his video on.
Yeah, that sounds real convenient. I mean, it just sounds
Again,
doesn't sound like
it's not
it
uncommon.
just doesn't sound like protocol, sir.
What?
And it doesn't make me feel comfortable or protected as a citizen. He could have said anything. He said he could have said I did or did anything off camera or no audio. And the way they were acting, sir, and how it progressed into nothing, I thought for sure that it would be on video for his protection and my protection.
Well, again, I'm not saying that it's not on video, but since you're telling me it's not a traffic stop, there's a distinct possibility that it's not on video, because the officers don't normally just record their contacts with individuals. Because again, the camera comes on automatically on traffic stops when they engage the overhead beacons.
Well, that's not what I was told, and that's not how it was explained to me.
Well, I don't know how it was told to you or how it was explained to you, but just from what you're telling me, and I know nothing of this incident that you're speaking of, was there a report taken, do you know?
No police report. No crime was committed. I wasn't doing anything. They were harassing me, sir. So that's why I'm filing a complaint. I wasn't doing anything.
Okay. Well, and if have you been given the paperwork to start the complaint process?
I talked to Sergeant Dysert.
Yeah, he's not here
I talked
today.
to him Monday morning. So he
Okay.
gave me the paperwork, and I'm getting it together and getting all the stuff I need before I finish, turn my complaint in so it's thorough. And I was just telling her that I just wanted to give you guys, I want to let you guys give me an explanation on why, or why the tapes weren't right. He said the systems could be messed up.
It could be that, but since you're telling me that it wasn't a traffic stop, there's a distinct possibility that the first officer that you have contact with.
Well, if you call for backup, I'm thinking if you call for backup and then more backup and then more backup, you know what I mean?
Especially if they don't turn on their overhead lights.
It was an emergency.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if I'm just wondering as a citizen that if a police officer decides to get out of his cruiser and approach me, that he would feel like he would want to protect his own self. To me, and me as a citizen, just for proof that he's following protocol. He's doing the right. My rights aren't violated. I felt like they were, and so that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm filing a complaint.
Okay.
And I just want to get the explanation. So so this is the only explanation I can get, and if there's no
this
video,
is the only explanation that you can get. Again,
if there's
the other lieutenant who's in charge of that new video system, who's not here right now, would be able to answer your questions with more detail.
It just sounded real convenient to when I watched the video. It could be a coincidence, but it sounded real convenient that that the entire video, the meat and potatoes of the video, is cut out. And
Well, I wouldn't say it's cut out. It may not exist.
Right, it may not exist.
Yeah,
which confuses me, because even after when I got the audio and the video, when the officers showed up, the whole encounter is still not recorded. You understand what I mean?
Well, it sounds like from what you're saying, the video that you have is probably video from the cruiser of the
Second.
the second
The
or
first, the first officer, I don't think he had nothing. The second officer is his. You can see the dash cam video from his car.
yeah.
But when he got out of his car and approached me, that whole encounter is not recorded. It picks up later. So I know he didn't go back and turn his video on in his car. It was on when he got out because he never went back to his vehicle. It was on, and then it picks up just. And he was even out there for a long time before the video actually kicked in. So that's what I'm wondering, because that's it just sounds real convenient, sir. I just need to get the explanation so I can put all this in my complaint and go from there, because it was a big deal. It's a big deal. But that's all. That's the only explanation I can get, that it doesn't exist, or it's
Well,
a
I'm
computer
saying
glitch.
that it may not
That
exist.
that-
It may very well exist, but the records clerk is unable to access it. But there's a distinct possibility it doesn't exist because it was never recorded.
Okay.
Which is
All
not
right.
uncommon.
Okay, all right. If that's your answer, that's fine. And if my right to be violated due to a computer glitch, that's fine too.
No,
But
I'm not saying it's due to a computer glitch. It's due to the fact that it wasn't a traffic stop.
Okay.
Okay.
And I appreciate your explanation, but you kind of giving me an answer without knowing the details.
Well, exactly. You come in here. I'm the only one here to talk to you, and I know nothing of this incident. So I'm trying to answer your questions based
so
on.
I'll leave it at this. I'm trying to figure out how an officer can get out of his truck, press record, audio and video, go here for 20 minutes
Go where?
in front of in front of his truck for 20 minutes, and only 8 minutes of the footage picks up. Only 8 minutes of the truck is recorded. I mean, of the video is recorded, and he never went back to his truck. So, and if it's recording, he had to have been recording when he got out of his car when he showed up, which is what he told me he's recording. So, if that's the explanation, I would understand what you're saying, but I'll go from there, because it seems like it's impossible for him to hit record here and then it not work for 10 minutes and then it picks
Well,
up
are you
later.
talking about the first officer, or
The
are
second
you
officer.
talking about the second officer?
Yeah, this is a lot. The first officer, he just never had. I feel unprotected and violated, and I was in a bad situation. And
Well, can you provide me with the details of this incident? Because again, I know nothing of this incident you're talking
I'll
about.
put it all in the complaint. I'd rather not. I just want to get some questions answered, because some of the things don't make sense. That's all.
Well, again, though, I'm providing you with the answers, with the only information I know,
I
which is
understand.
what you've told me.
I understand. Let's put it like this. It'd be like if you push record on our conversation from the moment we walked in,
Mhm.
and we sat here and talked for 20 minutes, and then when you gave me the records of what we did, 5 minutes of the video,
Well, but again, though, I have no idea of which officer recorded or how long it was recorded for.